Bonjour tout le monde, c'est Catherine Housselin. Greetings everyone, I'm Catherine Housselin and I'm the AATF Technology Commission Chairperson as well as the Region 9 Rep. I'm also the social media manager for Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, everything that you want to find for our curated resources. What I'm sharing today is a couple of resources for you for our trip, our conference soon in Martinique. I've prepared this map as well as a Google Calendar so that you can look at these before you go to Martinique. You can click around and explore where we're going to be having our different conference sessions, and as well as our opening day, and also some practical tips. I've also put together a calendar for you so that you can know exactly where a session is, what time it starts, who's presenting, and more information. You can look at these beforehand, but you can also save them. If you have an Android, you can put them on your Google app with the Map app or the Calendar app. If you have an iDevice, you can do the same thing if you download the Google Maps and Google Calendar apps. These are great because you're going to be able to consult these offline, most likely once we get to Martinique. So I'm going to show you how to use the map. When you get the link to this, you'll see that I have separated these into different layers. So on this first layer, you're going to find everything that you need to know about the arrival at the airport, how to get around on the ferries, the hotels that we're going to be staying at, and the opening day activities. And we'll go through those in a moment. The next tab, or the next layer on this, is service, marché, et shopping, because you're going to want to go explore the different areas of the island. I put together to make sure that you know where the ATM is, where there's a bank, where there's supérette, where you can go get, there's some beautiful centres commerciaux on the island. And the third one is the Activité et Excursion AATF. So there's lots of activities going on that people are signed up for, and I want to make sure that you know where they are and how you get there. And our last night we have le restaurant, le Pineapple. And then naturally we have to all eat. Now I did not put every single restaurant, but I did find a couple of links for you so that you know how to find some good restaurants. Maybe you want to look those over before you leave for the conference. So I'm going to go back up to the top here and start with the arrival. So on this map, you can click on any of the little points and you'll be able to scroll in as well on this side. So on our first one is the aéroport, and a little picture of what it looks like, and also a description and some links and more information. So for each little icon, you're going to find some information that's going to be helpful for you. So do definitely click on those. So when you get to the airport, you're going to go through customs, and then you're going to go through the navette. Most of you are going to come to the hotels via the provided navette system from Caribe Congrès. So there's a picture here that shows you that once you get your bags, you go out through the douane, and there's where you're going to find the buses or the taxis, whatever they have organized for you. Okay, so then when we go to different, when we go to Fort-de-France from Trois-Îlets, we're going to be on the Vedette, and there's two places where we're going to be picking up the Vedette. If you are traveling from Le Point here, you're going to end up on the other side in Fort-de-France. So you can click on that, and there's a picture right here that shows you what you'll be looking for. Okay, so that's where you'll find the navette, and it's right across the street from, evidently, a McDonald's. That's another reference point. So you can find the same one over here on the other side of the water, and it's green, it's a boat, so there it is right there. And that's what it's going to look like when you're on Trois-Îlets. Okay, so that's our way to get back and forth. On our opening day, you're going to take one of these ferries from the Trois-Îlets side over to Fort-de-France. Okay, and you have that information in your emails. So both of those are listed there. If you're on the Anse-Mitane, there's another ferry dock, which is right down here. And you notice that it's green, and this is what it looks like when you get to the ferry dock. If you need more information, you can just click on the link, and it will send you there. You can say, yes, we're going to be sent to a new page. And they have all the hours, the tarif, everything that you need to know, plus little pictures. Hopefully those are going to help you out. Okay. So on our opening day, we're going to be going to the Hôtel Batelière. Okay, and that, as you see, is a little bit up the way. We're going to take the ferry over, And then there'll be bus transportation to get us over to the Hôtel Batelière. So if you need to find out more information about that, we have our opening day with our conférencier Raphaël Confiant. We've got the times. If you're driving there and you have a car, you can get the information here for the address. Okay. Everyone's got a hotel, hopefully by now. The hotels are all listed here. I've put the links. I put a picture of the hotel because you know you want to be staying at somewhere right on the beach, hopefully. Okay, so for each hotel, these are listed in dark blue. So I've color coordinated the icons so that you can get a good idea of where things are just visually. When you go out on your excursion, you're going to find the little purple bus right here. That's the navette for going to the different, you're going to be going to the plantation, to the Habitation Clément. You've got several different ones listed. And that's going to be on our calendar, and I'll show you that in a few minutes. Okay, so click around if you want to find your hotel, find out where the closest ferry is from your hotel. All of that's ready for you. So now we go into the service, marché, and shopping. A lot of this is going to be on the Trois-Îlets side. So when you click on, so for example, if you want to find the Banque Nationale, okay, so it's a little bit away from the, it's marked with a yellow euro sign. It's a little bit away from the hotels, but you can also find a couple of them around. And I also put the, right here, the Crédit Agricole, and that has an ATM right there. So you can see how close that is to all of our hotels. Okay, it's right in the center. There's a supérette. Okay, right here, I think it's the Janine. And what you want to also know is I believe there's a pharmacy located. I'm going to be confirming that and putting that on there as soon as I get an email reply. So if you need some basic food supplies, that's a place to go. If you need more of a supermarché, okay, now this one's a bit of a hike, so you would either maybe get in a car with someone. There are buses, but I've heard that they're not running on certain schedules and they're not always reliable. So you can see where the supermarché is. And I think that several people will have cars, so maybe you can ask for a ride from someone, or you could take a taxi, which is what most people suggest. Okay, so the Centre Commercial, there's going to be a lot of those on the other side in Fort-de-France. Okay, so there's one here, one here. I've put them all in yellow. You'll be able to find them. A couple of them are really fancy, so you can find some beautiful things to bring back for your family and friends, and of course your students. If you're looking for books, I have La Librairie, La Casa Boule, and this one's great because it's a children's bookstore, so you can go there and find a whole bunch of books to use for your classes. I also put des papeteries et fournitures scolaires, because a lot of us like to bring back special little gifts, pencils, pens, agenda that have French written on them. And I've also put their link and their phone number. So basically you have all the information without having to worry. So once again, that's the service, marché, and shopping. Okay, so if you're going on an excursion, the buses are going to be departing all from the same place. And I've marked that. And then I'm telling you where you're going to be going because you have one of them that's going to La Pagerie. You have one that's going to the Habitation Clément, and we have La Savane des Esclaves. Okay, so those pop up when you click on it, and it gives you some information about the visit and a link to go visit the website. Hopefully that's going to help you out. Our last night we have evidently a cocktail reception. It's at the Restaurant de Pineapple. I don't know all of the information about it yet, how we're getting there, etc., but I know that's going to be sent to us. So, soirée martiniquaise, le 21 juillet. I believe that's the last night of the conference, and that's going to be here. Okay. All of those tell you where you're going, what times they leave, I believe, and what you'll be seeing there. Okay, so if you have any questions, you can always go to the check-in desk. I know that the people working the desk will have more information. And of course, you have the restaurant. There's lots of little restaurants right around our hotels and inside the hotels. But I also gave you in French. There are les 10 meilleurs restaurants à Martinique, and I did try to position them in our area, but you might want to just to make sure on the carte to make sure that you're in the right spot, because there are lots of good restaurants. Then you also have one in English. If you have a friend that's coming with you, a spouse, this is another French one. Here we are. Here's the one in English. So if someone's with you who doesn't speak French, you have that as well. And you can choose what type of cuisine you want and the price and how close it is to your hotel. Welcome to part 2 of the Google map for the Congrès à Martinique. Sorry, I got cut off on the previous video. We're going to continue this. What I did in the previous video was share the arrival tab, the service, marché, and shopping, and the activité excursion, and the restaurants et les snacks. If you have any questions on how to use these, this Google map, please just email me, catherineku72@gmail.com. You can contact me on the Facebook page. I will try and reply before you get there. And I hope that you find this helpful because it is good to know visually that we're going to be in a couple different places. Here up in Fort-de-France and here down in Trois-Îlets, but there's lots of places to visit around the island. So I'm going to move on to the Google Calendar, make that really quick for you. Again, you'll find this link in the Facebook group for the Martinique experience. Now, what I've done is taken every single session and I've put it into a shared Google map so that you can save this map and you can actually see it as part of your calendars. Probably said maps and I meant calendars. So if you look on the 18th, that's our first day. You have the information for the opening day. And it explains exactly how we're going to get there. And if you need to know more information about the vedettes tropicales that are taking us there, so I've put all that information on there for you. So when we're done, there's going to be a few people who are going on the first walking tour. And if you're involved with that, it'll be on your ticket and you will know what time and where. And I believe you need to leave a few minutes early from the opening day luncheon to get going on your walking tour. So on the first official day, we have all of the different conference sessions that are going on. I did try to color code this, but evidently Google only allows people to see the colors if they are the owners of the calendar, which you are not. But you can you'll still see each individual posting, it just won't be color coded. I tried to use the colors for the hotels. It was a great opportunity to be nifty, but it didn't work out. So for each one you have where it is. So I put the hotel and at the end, so Carayou, and I put the salle that it's in. I put the session name, who's presenting, and oh, wonderful, it's John Shi. And you have the description of that session. And this is going to be great. So if you're walking around, you go, well, what's the next one? Where is it? It's right here at your fingertips. We don't have an app yet, but we do have this wonderful calendar. So each session and where it's located. So you have the 19th, the 20th, the 21st, and then we're done. So if you have any questions on how to add this Google Calendar to your own calendar, please again contact me either on the Facebook. You can tweet me, you can private message me, you can email me. I'm looking forward to seeing everyone au Congrès à Martinique et à très bientôt. Bonne chance et bon voyage. Catherine Housselin.